Hello there, Texas Deacon here. Thank you for joining me. Today's subject is entitled Playing Russian Roulette with Your Eternity, with your soul, with your spirit. Now, nobody in their right mind would play Russian roulette with a real gun. But every time you go 1 second without accepting Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior, you're playing Russian roulette with your spirit, your soul. A couple of weeks ago in Alabama, some of my distant relatives, I knew these people name only. I had never met them. They were just names. They were going home from a funeral from one of their church members. An auto accident. I don't have any details other than she died instantly. He died on the way to the hospital. We all heard about Congresswoman Gabrielle Gifford in Arizona and the 6 that died in the shooting there. They died instantly. Near Terrell here recently, a few days ago, a child was ran over by a car that ignored the flashing lights on the school bus. Now, of course, this child was young and not to the age of accountability, so the child didn't have a problem. I'm using the child to point out that any of us were alive, healthy, breathing now, but the next second we can be dead. Now, absent from the body, I'm going to read in 2 Corinthians what Paul wrote. 2 Corinthians 5:8. We are confident, I say, and willing rather to be absent from the body and to be present with the Lord. To be absent from the body is to be present with the Lord. In the next second, you could be standing before God. Is your heart right with Jesus? Now, I've talked to a few people you can get to even listen to you this day and time. And one of the things I hear is, I need to clean my act up. I need to get a little better. There's some things I need to do. Let's see what Isaiah says about that. Isaiah 64:6. But we are all as unclean things, and all our righteousness are as filthy rags. Read it again. We are all as an unclean thing, and all our righteousness as filthy rags. The best we can do is looked upon as filthy rags by God. That's the best we can do. And even if you lived 1,000 lifetimes, you're never going to get good enough. God will accept you just as you are. Take him up on his offer. God has a washing machine called Jesus Christ that can clean the filthiest of souls and make them white as snow. Before this day is over, how many will be standing before God, answering to him? Now, what's going to happen when I stand before God, I do not know. But I would like it to go something like this. A little enactment. Here's God. I'm with Christ. He's my intercessor. And God says, who is this? Speaking of Christ, talking about who is this. And Christ says, Holy Father, this is the Texas Deacon. He's a friend of mine. I've known him a long time. And God says, let me see the book of his sins. And Christ hands him that big, thick book that has all my sins listed in it. And it's a thick one. But they are thicker. And God opens it, and all the pages, he said, all these pages are red. I cannot, there's nothing here. And Christ says, yes, Holy Father, that's my blood. They've covered all his sins. And God says, I find no sin here because of your blood, and tells me to enter. How many will go before Satan? How many will go before God with Satan at their side? I can see Satan standing by someone, looking in God's face, saying, you can't have this one. He belongs to me. And laughs as he drags you away. And I see God's face with tears just streaming down because there's nothing he can do about it. You had 1,000, 10,000 chances, and you turn your back on him every time. People, as I said, if I could make that decision for you, I would, but I can't. It's a decision you have to make yourself. Make it now. And you don't need a pastor or associate pastor, an elder, a deacon, or another church member. Just you and Jesus. Because that's all what it's all about anyway, between you and Jesus. You don't need anyone to intercede for you. He is your intercessor with the Holy Father. But again, you are the one that has to make this decision. And don't put it off another day. Don't put it off till you feel you're ready. Don't put it off because you're concerned of what others think. If you're more concerned about what your friends and your relatives and your family will think than you are about your soul spending eternity without God, without Christ, then, hey, you got your priorities all wrong. Make that decision now. You will feel better. Please. Okay? Just do it. Thank you. May God bless America. May God bless the Republic of Texas. And may God bless you and yours.